I'd like to welcome the Minister back to the Dáil and wish him every success. The first point I want to raise is in connection with Metro and Bus Connect. I think it's essential that these projects proceed, and there must be no go slow on them. And in fact, a statement today by a very eminent National Bus and Rail Union, Dermot O'Leary, who makes very significant contributions to transport policy, doesn't make sense if we abandon these hugely important public transport policies in the face of the COVID-19 threat. And the reality is that at some stage we will find a medical or a vaccine solution to this evil virus, and not to proceed with these major public transport projects, particularly in the light of the tens of thousands of people extra they will be able to carry in years to come, wouldn't make sense at all. The second point I want to raise is in relation to the commercial vehicle roadworthy testing statistics. And I understand that the failure rate for vans and jeeps is 40%, the failure rate for trucks is 38%, the failure rate for buses is 31%, and the full test fail dangerous results are 4.9% for jeeps and vans, 4.7% for trucks, and 3.1% for buses. In fact, there's over 168,000 of these commercial vehicles in 2019 had to be retested. So I think there's a very serious issue here, Minister, in that, and I appreciate it's about COVID-19, the reason that this testing has stopped, but I think it's essential that we make whatever steps are necessary in terms of protection of workers and so on, to test these commercial vehicles which are presently on the road, doing a very important strategic job for our economy. I've been informed, I don't know, perhaps somebody else can tell me, as to whether they are legally able to travel on the continent or not, and if they don't have this roadworthy vehicle testing certificate in real time. I think it's a hugely important issue, and I think it needs to be urgently addressed. And finally, Minister, you, as you know, as Minister, you're well aware of the situation regarding bypasses for roads up and down the country, and in my own constituency, in particular, the Yardley bypass, which has been designed and money has been provided for, is on hold for the moment while Louth County Council undertake a reassessment. But it is essential that the Yardley bypass is commenced in this year, and also the excellent work that has been done by Meath County Council and by your department in relation to proposed Julianstown bypass, which is the 16th busiest road in the country, carries over 20,000 vehicles, needs to be urgently prioritised as well. And whatever compromises are reached in government or elsewhere, if rural people travelling to work in Dublin or travelling around the town of Ardee and Drogheda and so on, if they're not able to do that efficiently and well, if they're held up in stagnant traffic for hours, that is not a price that my constituents are going to pay. And I want to make that point clear. They will be extremely angry if these road projects do not proceed. Thank you, Minister.